Trope means turning or change. So heliotropism is a type of plant growth where the plants will grow towards the sun. So helio for sun. So this is basically the plant will turn or change its direction of growth based on where the sun is at. Tropic refers to an area near the equator, basically between 23.5 degrees north and south of the equator. And those are basically the points where the sun would turn and go back south. So if you had the equator here and you had 23.5 degrees north here, once the sun got to this point, that's the furthest it's going to go north, and it's going to start going back south again until it gets to 23.5 degrees south, and then it would turn around and come back. Psychotropic refers to any kind of drugs or medications that alter a person's mental state, so it turns the mental state or changes the mental state. And thigmotropism is a method of growth or a pattern of growth in plants where they grow by touching something. So think about any kind of vines that wrap around things or twine around things. So that'd be thigmotropism. Ultra means beyond or extreme. So ultraviolet is light that is beyond the violet. So if we have our spectrum, think about the visible light. If we go back to elementary school, we got Roy G. Biv. On this side, you would hit infrared. The violet is right here. Well, ultraviolet or UV would be right here, just beyond the violet. Ultrasound refers to sound waves that are above human hearing. This is typically used to take images inside the body. Like you may go get an ultrasound if you're pregnant or something like that. And then ultrastructure refers to the fine structure within a cell that you can only see with an electron microscope. So it takes a lot of magnification to see this, but this is the very fine structure inside of a cell or on the outside of a cell. Urb refers to city. So urban is basically an area that is a city or in a city. So there's a lot of buildings and streets and stuff like that. So it just looks like a city. The suburbs are areas outside the city, just barely outside the city, where there's a lot of houses, a lot of residential areas, like housing development type areas. A suburbanite is basically someone who lives in the suburbs. You could have an urbanite as well, which is somebody who live in the city. And then urbanology is actually a study of cities, like city planning, like where to build buildings, where to build railways and subway lines and stuff like that. So anything dealing with designing a city, like streets and stuff like that, would be urbanology. Okay, vac refers to empty. So vacancy, like at a hotel or something, would be they have an empty room. So that would mean you get a room for the night or something like that. So there's empty rooms that they could rent out. Vacation, we kind of tend to think of as like going to the beach or going to the mountains, leaving home for a while. So when you do that, you're leaving the home empty. Vacuum is just an area of empty space, like an area without any kind of gas or anything in it. So it's a vacuum. And then a vacuole is an empty space inside a cell. Mainly plant cells have a large vacuole that tends to fill up with water and maintains cell shape. Zoo or zoa means animal. So zoo is basically where you would go to see animals. You might visit the zoo to go see exotic animals. Zoology is the study of animals. Zoonosis is a disease that is transmitted from animals to humans or humans to animals. And then protozoa are a group of single-celled eukaryotes, either free-living or parasitic, that feed on organic matter such as other microorganisms, organic tissues, or debris. Again, these are single-celled eukaryotes, and they eat other material. They eat other microorganisms and stuff, so they're kind of like animals in that respect. So proto meaning before or earliest, so early animals. So these are almost like single-celled animals.